All right. Good evening, everybody. We're back once again. We told you we would. Welcome back to another live edition of Dom and Gonz Sports Talk, the show we not only talk about everything Baltimore Ravens, but around the NFL. We're going to be doing a lot of Ravens today. Spoiler alert. I'm Gonz. That's Dom. And we're ready to break it down. As you know, today is Tuesday, August 26th, and that was roster trimming day for the NFL teams. Everybody got their rosters down to 53. And the Ravens did just that. And last night we had our little prediction show, and we were mostly right, but there's a couple things that we're going to go over. One shocking move, I would say, and some small, nice surprises to this roster. Those are my instant takeaways. So we're going to deep dive into that once again, go through the roster, see what our thoughts are. So we're excited to do that. But first off, Dom, how you doing tonight? Are you excited? We're back again. We've done 3 live streams in like 5 days. This is phenomenal.
Probably one of the more consistent we've been in a long time. Man, I'm excited. We finally figured out what this 2025 roster will look like. Like you said, some really good surprises mixed in there from some guys that we had a decent feeling about, but was not certain about. But obviously the Ravens were certain about. Some surprise cuts as well that we'll dig into a little bit. But other than that, like it's just means we're literally one step closer, and we kind of are, because next week is kickoff of the 2025 regular season. So, I mean, I'm excited. I'm glad that this is finally, we know who's here, who's not. Some guys will have another opportunity to prove themselves going into the regular season. A lot of guys getting a second, third chance this upcoming season. So I'm excited. I'm happy about these guys making it.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I mean, offensively, especially for the first couple positions, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, no shock there. All those guys made it. Devin Leary, of course, did not make it. No surprise. Wester's on the squad behind Devontae Walker, following our, behind our top 4, Flowers, Bateman, Hopkins, Wallace. So no shock there. Tight ends, we already know what the situation is. Likely Collard, Andrews, with Isaiah Likely still dealing with that foot injury.
Wait, before we move on with that, just a quick update on
I'm glad you stopped me. Go ahead.
Yeah, so a quick update on Likely. He did not end up on injured reserves, meaning he is eligible to play week 1. So sounds like that's a good sign as far as Likely's recovery and rehabilitation, I should say. We only had 3 guys put on those injured list. Adisa Isaac, of course, Emory Jones Jr., who's dealing with a non-football injury, and Ardarius Washington, who we already knew about. So good signs for Likely, pointing towards him maybe starting week 1. We will still have to see. We'll see what happens at practice next week, but positive signs. Gon, sorry about that.
No. That would be absolutely phenomenal if we could get him back next week. And while we're on that topic, Jair Alexander is supposed to be back next week as well. So looks like the Ravens are starting to get a little bit healthy at the right time. That's exactly what we want with the season opener. Just 2 Sundays away, ladies and gentlemen. So this is awesome. This is some good news. Okay, so anyway, back to the roster. Offensive line, we ended up keeping all 9 of the people we suspected. Carson Vincent, of course, was going to make it, and Corey Bullock. The first 1 year, I think you said he has 1 year under his belt.
I think 1 year experience. He came out of Maryland. He started at NCCU, I believe, then transferred to Maryland, now Raven. So,
I mean, we already talked about the situation with Emory Jones, so that opened up an extra spot for him to be on the roster, and that he did. So then we move to the defense. This is where we had a little bit of a shakeup. Defensive line, 100% right there. John Jenkins, Matabike, Peebles, my guy, Aeneas Peebles, Broderick Washington, and Travis Jones. No shock there. Yeah, we were corrected with the fact, who were we talking about? Brent Urban. We knew he wasn't going to probably make it. We just had too much talent. And he's a solid person. We talked about it. But, these guys really showed out, and Peebles really showed out in the preseason. So I know there was speculation about Okoye, number 97. He had his moments, but just overall not enough plays. No surprise there. Then we get to the linebackers, and we ended up keeping 10 guys, including our boy Jay Higgins IV, the undrafted star linebacker that has been showing out all preseason, just flying around the football, making tackles. And it was great for him. We didn't think he was going to make it. We really didn't. We thought he was going to be buried because of a future move that we're about to talk about. So it's awesome that he got his chance. And, when you're it's about what you're doing now, not about your history, not about what you did 2 years ago. What are you doing now? How can you help this football team be better now? And I think that Higgins has done just that for the past couple games in the preseason. Just a sure tackler, always flying around the ball. He's been at the top of the leaderboards on tackling for the team for the past couple games. So that's just a great thing, and I'm excited for him. What about you? What do you think?
No, I think the Higgins keep was a great move. He's earned it. It's just the way he's played all camp, all preseason. I think he made a play pretty much every preseason game he was in. Like you said, he was leading tackles for pretty much every preseason game. Zach Orr spoke on him a little bit ago, just saying he's a high IQ football guy, comes to work, prepares, gets the job done when he's on the field. I mean, and that's what we want. We just want those guys who's going to be to the ball at all times. And Higgins he's just been that guy. He's proven it on tape. He's just been everywhere. So I think it was the right move. The flock loves him. They were really hoping that we kept him. And lo and behold, he's earned that spot. And I think that just goes to show you, because we have two more undrafted free agents to talk about who did make the roster.
He was one of three. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
One of three. It just goes to show you how much dedication and work these guys put in to make this spot. Because this roster, I mean, you look it up top to bottom, a lot of people are saying it's one of the most stacked rosters in the league. So making it throughout this camp, throughout this summer, was just one of the more difficult things to do. And to do that as an undrafted free agent is just incredible. So shout out to Higgins, man. We're going to get to other guys in a little bit, but shout out to him. I think it was a great move keeping him. And, I'm very excited to see how Zach Orr and those guys kind of utilize him in the defensive scheme. I really think he can make some noise if given the right opportunity and the right amount of reps.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Another person we want to talk about on this list, David Ojabo, somebody who was on the roster bubble for the past couple weeks. I thought he made, and again, we've been talking about it, I felt like he made enough plays in the preseason to make the team. I said it yesterday, and indeed he did. I think he had a couple sacks. He had especially that nice one on Anthony Richardson. And I get it was a wide open sack, like nobody was on him, but he didn't miss. How many times do we see defenders just run right at him and just whiff and miss the quarterback? So, it's not an easy auto thing. I mean, I know as Ravens fans, we've seen a lot of missed sacks over the past 5 years, in more particularly. So, shout out to him, okay? Nice scheme in the Commanders, against the Commanders as well. So, yeah, I mean, this dude has just been injury plagued his whole career. He's finally starting to get a little bit more healthy. Hopefully, knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood right there. You hear that? So let's see what he's got. Okay, he's fully healthy going into the season now. So let's give this guy a shot. I mean, we drafted him in the second round. He was first round caliber talent, like top 10, 15, 20 caliber talent, except he was hurt. He had a season-ending injury during the scouting combine. So this guy, I know he can do it. So let's see what he's got.
Yeah, I think Ojabo, like I spoke on earlier about guys getting those second, third chances. This is Ojabo's. This is Ojabo's opportunity to really show us what he can do when put in the right position. Now, obviously, the Ravens probably could have been like, oh, okay, bye, Ojabo, and maybe brought in a veteran pass rusher. We spoke on it yesterday, talking about could the Ravens bring in a Jadeveon Clowney? Could the Ravens bring in a Zadarius Smith to help bring in some veteran presence for that pass rush room? And I'm not entirely sure. Wait, no, that's not what I'm going to say. I don't think it's too inappropriate to try to give Ojabo that spot because, I mean, it's time for him to prove it. I mean, he was a healthy scratch a couple of games last year, and it's time to put up or shut up. I said yesterday this was a make or break year for him. he needs to produce. He's been given that opportunity. He's on the 53. He has to produce now. He has to be in the position. He said he feels better. He feels stronger. He feels like he went into this camp very healthy. All right, regular season's here now. Let's see it. Let's see it against the Bills week 1. Let's see how they utilize him. So I'm happy for him. I'm glad he got this. He got another opportunity. I just need him to go out there, like you said, and prove that he has officially deserved it.
Yeah, and he joins a crowded edge rush department with Tavius Robinson, Oweh, Kyle Van Noy, obviously, and that was it. That's the ones that we talked. That's all the ones on the roster. I thought there was one more. Now that you talked about it yesterday, do we go out and get Clowney? Do we go out our way to get Clowney? I don't think so right now. Maybe. I mean, who knows? I don't think we are as of now, though. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, congrats to Ojabo. Congrats to Higgins for making the team. Congrats to Trenton Simpson too. Trenton Simpson and Teddy Buchanan are both in the mix and on the roster. Yeah, we were waiting for plays to come from Trenton Simpson, and he definitely showed out, especially in that last preseason game. So we'll see. I'm anxious to see who's getting the start. I want to see who's gonna be starting next to Roquan, or are they gonna give both guys opportunities in the first couple weeks of the season? Maybe kind of like I know we already kind of had that tryout stage in the summer, but maybe a regular season tryout stage, give them a few games, see who's comfortable. So we'll see what's going on week 1. Is it going to be Simpson lined up next to Roquan? Is it going to be Buchanan? I think it's probably going to be Simpson if I had to choose. So we'll talk about more of that once we get closer and closer to that Bills game in a few weeks. So I think that's good for linebackers. Now we can go ahead and jump to the defensive backs. This is probably where we had the most shocking move of the day with Jalen Armour-Davis not making the team, being released. But the Ravens, instead of that, were able to keep both Ruben Lowry and Keon Martin, who have been just absolute playmakers this summer. I mean, they're both around the football. I mean, Ruben Lowry had the pick, led the team in tackles against the Commanders in that final game. I mean, dude, these guys are flying to the football. And I don't even need to talk about Keon Martin anymore. I think we've spoken on enough about him. Enough said. He's gotten multiple turnovers. He makes good tackles. He's got a sack. I mean, those are the guys who deserve roster spots. You put in the time, you put in the work, the results show in-game moments, and you find yourself on the roster. So shout out to those guys. And TJ Tampa, too, also is making this roster, beating out Armour-Davis as well. So you've got now, I just mentioned, your second and third undrafted rookie free agents to make the team, 2 DBs that have just been showing out this summer. So congrats to those young men, and very happy for them.
Yeah, no. Very surprised about the Jalen Armour-Davis release. I mean,
I wanted to hear your thoughts on that, because earlier you seemed more shocked than me. So yeah,
I was. I mean, honestly, because I mean, all we have done as the flock is just want him to be healthy, for him to be out there. I mean, he's like 6 foot plus, 4.3 speed. Like, dude could move. Like, it was just a matter of his durability, and he hasn't been durable enough to be on the field, unfortunately. But I mean, he had a heck of a camp. He had a heck of a preseason, in my opinion, at least. From what I've seen from him, he was performing very, very well. Especially in that Colts game. Like, him and TJ Tampa were great in man coverage in that Colts game. I didn't catch much of the Commanders game, unfortunately, but I thought he played really well enough to be on the roster. But as I continued to kind of read more into why they may have not decided to keep him, I think the durability part really was the factor. It's the fact that he really hasn't been able to stay on the field. So in case, if these young guys can give you a spark and potentially actually be there for you when you need it, I mean, you're probably just going to want to go with the upside and these young guys and see what they can do. And I mean, Keon and Ruben, they've worked for it. Like you said, they've been flying to the ball, causing turnovers, deflections. I mean, they've been sticky in coverage. You know what I mean? Like, so if you can get that from these young guys who were hungry and willing to work, I can't really blame them for making that decision. It's just very unfortunate for Jalen Armour-Davis, even though I feel as though he's going to get an opportunity. Don't get me wrong. He will find a roster. Somebody will pick him up. it's hard to deny what he did this summer. So I feel as though he'll be just fine, but I was very shocked when I saw that he was indeed released because I thought he had done enough to make the roster, but I think it's just the durability part came into play and the fact that he hasn't been on the field enough in the past to really kind of gain that trust. But his talent, I think he's shown his talent off in this summer. I think he'll find a job very quickly. So a roster will pick him up, no doubt about it. But that was definitely one of the most surprising releases today was Jalen Armour-Davis for me, for sure.
I didn't really catch most of the Colts game because I was out of town. I saw the main points, but I didn't see how the DBs were doing specifically. But it's also kind of what I said earlier. Like, what are you doing for this team? What the heck? Give me a second. All right, we're good. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, you all right?
I don't know what happened. I was just randomly just talking, and then all of a sudden, in another random window, one of our past clips started playing through my speaker. So I was hearing myself talk, and I didn't know where it was coming from. But anyway, sorry about that. Did you hear that as well, or was it just me that I was hearing it?
Nah, I didn't hear what's going on. Did you hear?
Okay, good. Good. Well, my speaker was blasting out my audio from an old clip, so whatever, it's fixed. Okay. Anyway, what I was going to say was, it's kind of what I said at the beginning of the show too. What are you doing for my football team right now? Who's making the most plays right now? And it's just definitely got to go to Ruben Lowry and Keon Martin. I mean, I know he had a pick off a tip, and I know he had the nice play on the slant, but it's just not enough. I don't think that was just enough. It didn't come close to what those other two guys were doing. So it is a little shocking, but I can see why they did it. And health plays a factor in it, like you said, but I just don't think he was doing enough. And I get he did go. I know they were talking about how well he was doing in camp. I get it, but in the games, the preseason games, the actual game settings, I just saw way more plays from those undrafted rookies, and I think that's why they're here. And he's not. So we'll see where he goes. He'll probably, like you said, he'll probably be picked up by another team or not. Maybe he'll go to our practice squad and he'll just sit there. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I just think he was making a good amount as well. Throughout, I mean, a lot of people were shocked. I mean, if you go on Twitter,
a lot of people were
and look. I mean, a lot of people were shocked he did not make it.
Yeah.
I mean, like even some of these some of these beat reporters out here who were very shocked that he did not make it. And I was just like, man, I just thought he was going to be like our sixth guy. You know what I mean? But I'm praying for him, keeping my thoughts up for him. I hope that he does get picked up soon because he's battled a lot of adversity to get to this point, to overcome those injuries, to get back healthy, to get to this point, and now he's here. So, like you said, I don't think he won't last long. I think he'll get into a roster quickly, in my estimation. But it's just very it's a tough business. It's a very, very tough business to make it in this league. And, I know it's a lot, like you said, about what have you done for me lately, not what's happened in the past. So, you live and you just got to keep going. But shout out to Jalen Armour-Davis because he put up a heck of a summer. I'll say that.
Okay. Good. So that route wraps up the roster. We've got our 53. I mean, our specialists, we already know who they were. Nick Moore, snapper, Tyler Luke, kicker, and Stout, the punter. This roster, guys, again, the third straight season where you've got a very solid roster, maybe one of the best in the league, if not the best. I don't know. You've got to take advantage. I was just talking about that. I was in somebody's stream just a couple minutes ago, like before we recorded this. I was chatting. It was my guy, Raining Ravens. He's on Twitch streaming Madden right now. You have to take advantage. And I just don't know what they're going to do if they don't win the Super Bowl this year. I mean, I guess it's get rid of Harbaugh, but they just extended Harbaugh. So I don't know. I don't know what this organization has planned, but if they're going to keep riding with what they're doing, they have got to turn around the playoff blunders because I'm tired of watching it. I'm tired of just losing because not the other team does something well, but because we make something stupid happen. And I hate losing like that when you're supposedly such this great team. So I know I'm bringing up depressing thoughts, but I'm serious. You have to be ready for this. And I know all eyes are on the postseason for this team. It is. I know. I mean, you got to play the regular season to get there, but you know that everyone's going to have snake eyes, razor eyes, laser eyes, whatever you want to watch it, magnifying glass on this squad when January 2026 hits. So I'm hoping they get back there, but they really have to lock in this year. And I'm hoping they can because I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what they're going to do if it's just another year of the same crap.
Well, I will. Well, before I say anything, Big Wash, shout out to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the encouragement. Appreciate that. But yeah, man, I think it's just you have to just get over the mentality of like you have to forget the past. This is a new year. I mean, and we say that every year, right? You have to get over the past in order to move on forward to what's to come. But for this team, it seems to be they have to stop beating themselves every year. Because that's what happens. It's the mistakes, it's the mishaps, it's the woes, it's the unfortunate incidents that happen in these playoff games that seems to have them falling apart every year. I mean, you go back to the Chiefs game, 2023. What happens? Zay Flowers, Paul punched out of the end zone. I mean, you go back to the Bills game, Lamar interception, Andrews fumble, Andrews 2-point conversion drop. Defense can't seem to keep the Bills contained. You know, it's everybody that has to show up. I know the narratives and the commentators, the sports analysts, all those guys, they're all pointing to Lamar Jackson because he's the leader of this team. He's the leader of this offense. He's the guy who's supposed to move this team forward. They ain't wrong about that. But at the end of the day, it's going to take more than Lamar Jackson to get this team over the hump. Winning the Super Bowl is a team thing. You need everything to be cohesive in order to win the Super Bowl. You saw what happened last year. The Eagles walked into the Super Bowl and dominated in every single phase of the ball. On offense, they were able to throw it deep. Even though Saquon didn't have the best game, but still, they were able to throw it deep. Saquon was able to have short bursts to get them where they needed to go. Offensive line was protecting Jalen Hurts. He was moving in the pocket when he needed to, scrambled when he needed to. The offense was clicking. Defensively, the Chiefs couldn't sniff the end zone to save their lives. Why? Because everything was working. Secondary helped the pass rush. Pass rush got there so quick sometimes the secondary barely had to blink. You know what I mean? So you need every phase to come together in order for it to work. And the Ravens have yet to have that happen. They have yet to go into a playoffs where everything is working in their favor in these tight games. Like they maybe will get that win, but when they get to that next round, something happens. They have to depend on each other. They have to believe in each other. They have to have faith in each other in order for this to work. If they don't, that's when it all goes downhill. So is it a mental thing? Maybe. Because it's not talent. It's for sure not talent because they got there. You know what I mean? Like you can't say it's talent because if they wasn't talent, they wouldn't be there in that spot in order to try to get to the Super Bowl. So it's not talent. It's a mental thing. It's mental errors. They have to fix the communication stuff. Like it's things that they know they need to fix, but they just have to do it. So right now, we can't think about playoffs yet. We have to think about regular season. They have to get past the regular season first. But take care of the regular season, do what you have to do, and then let's kick some tail in January. Like I just don't think it's obviously I can't say it's not that difficult because we're not the one with the pads on, but take care of the regular season stuff, win your division, then get to January and kick some ass. Man.
You want the 1 seed?
I don't know if I want the 1 seed. Obviously, it would be nice to have it.
I'll tell you one thing. I want the freaking 1 seed. Why? Because we get one less playoff game to play, and we get a home field advantage. So, yeah, get the 1 seed.
KBZ, appreciate it. Thank you for commenting. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate the comments, guys. We really do appreciate it.
But yeah, it's really just a mental thing. They have to get past themselves in order to win these games. They can do it. They have it in them. They easily can do it. But they have to get past themselves first. And once they do that, they'll be holding Lombardi in February. That's all they have to do is get past themselves. That's really what's it. Who is the biggest threat to the Ravens? The Ravens. They say it every year.
You know, I'd also just want to chime in while we're talking about this. Let's get some turnovers from the defense. I mean, they haven't been garbage, but they need some help from that because it's hard to play perfect offense in the playoffs. It is. But you know what a lot of teams do? They force turnovers. We haven't done that. Let's get some turnovers. I'm hoping the pass rush can do some stuff. So, yeah. Mike Green, go crazy. Oweh, go crazy. Secondary, go crazy.
I'm sorry, but no first round bye and don't stop running the doggone ball. I mean, listen, KB, you're probably right. We need to stop not running the doggone ball in certain situations. I agree with you.
Oh gosh,
running the ball. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, because I mean it's cold, man. You want to slow the game down. You want to limit possessions. Like you don't want when you're in those playoff situations, you are facing dynamic quarterbacks, dynamic offenses. You're facing the Josh Allens of the world. You're facing the Patrick Mahomes of the world. The freaking dang, who else in the AFC? There's a lot of AFC. Maybe the Joe Burrows. I don't know if they make it because their defense, I don't know how the defense is going to be this year. But case is that running the ball, keeping the pace up. Don't go away from what got you there. Because I don't know why they seem to do that, but they seem to go away from what got them there. What gets you there? Your monster of a running back in the backfield that wears number 22. Your quarterback who wears number 8. Like, just let them take you to the promised land. Defense, like Gonz said, force some turnovers. Let's start some drives in our in the opponent's territory. You know what I mean? Like, let's just all be one cohesive unit. KBZ, you're right. That Bengals defense probably is going to be dog water. But my point, this is my final point. You have the talent to do it. You got young guys who are coming in to help you try to make this roster complete. All you have to do is execute. Get into January and execute. Nobody can stop you but you. So go out there and do your best. That's all you can really. That's all I can say. Get out there and do your best to execute. You got the guys to do it. You do.
I think, and also I guess I'll reply to that comment too. I think we have a shot for the first round bye. I mean, listen, Kansas City, Buffalo. That's about it, honestly. Who else is going to creep up there? Chargers, Broncos. I mean, I guess you got to throw Cincinnati in there. I think we have a chance to do it. And I understand running the ball. I do. But y'all already know what I'm going to say. I preach balance. Balance. If you just run, they're going to get predictable. And I understand it's Derrick Henry. I get it. I do. I really do. But if you can pass and run and keep the defense on their toes and have them guessing what you're doing, and then on just a certain circumstance, you guess right and they guess wrong, you're getting a ton of yards. And then if you do it again, then suddenly they're back against the wall. And then that's how you can put together and string together longer drives. You got to make it, I'm going to quote Tony Romo here, you got to make it a game of cat and mouse.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I don't know. But anyway, I wouldn't mind it, but we get rusty quick after the first round bye. I don't know. I mean, that happened in 2019. It did. But in 2023, we came out of the bye and we dominated the Texans, just flat out dominated them. So if
I don't
we
know
get
if it started
to
off like that, though. I feel like we were kind of rusty in that game to start, too.
I get it, but it's one less game for us to choke in. And we're at home, and we're most likely going to be playing some scrappy wild card team. And I'm not saying scrappy as in garbage, scrappy as in a tough 7th, 6th seed that, got a hard-fought win on the road in their first game coming to our house. And I'd rather take that matchup than have to do Josh Allen or Kansas City in the first round. I want that to be the hump we get over for the Super Bowl. But, at the end of the day, I don't really care what we do, who we play in the playoffs. Just beat them. But, that's my thoughts.
I think that's the main point.
We were a little rusty coming out of the gate in the Texans game. But, it's playoffs. As long as you're not playing terrible and then you bust the game open, I'll be fine. Because guess what? In the Bills game, we stormed out of the gate and scored 7-0. And guess what? We lost. Okay, so it matters how you finish, not how you start.
Yeah, I just think for this, no matter whoever is in front of us in the playoffs, we have to knock them out. That's just how it's going to be. Whoever is in front of us in the playoffs, we have to knock them out. No matter if it's the Chiefs, Bengals, Bills, Dolphins, Texans, Steelers, whoever is in our way, we have to knock them out. It doesn't matter. So
they're projected to go 14-3.
Who?
No, I'm kidding. Pittsburgh. I'm not actually kidding. There's some people out there that think they're going to go 14-3. But
I think their ceiling is maybe 9 wins, if that, in my humble opinion. But that's another conversation for another day. My main thing is execution. That's really it. I think that's the main premise, because we just went over our roster who has the talent caliber to go out there and compete for a Lombardi. So now all you have to do, Ravens, is execute. That's it. Go in there and be you. Don't be anybody else but you. Lamar Jackson, when you step into a playoff game, be the you that you are. Okay? Just be great. If it's a scramble, take it. If you know the defense can't catch you, they can't. You don't even run at full speed, and 9 times out of 10, they cannot catch you. Be you. That's all you got to do. If you're you and you perform like you do in the regular season, I promise you will have 3 Lombardis by the time your career is said and done. That's all you have to do is execute. That's it. Get into these playoff games, get to January, knock these guys out, man. That's all you have to do.
Well, as you can see, we really went off on a tangent here, but that was fine. It was fun. We had to have this discussion a little bit eventually, and I'd rather have it now than in the pregame against the Bills, because that's what we want to focus on, that week 1 game. So, yeah, just do your thing. Just win the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, all right, I think we can go ahead and start wrapping up here. 53-man roster set. Everybody's on the team now. 3 undrafted rookie free agents. I feel like that's a lot. We don't usually do that, so that's pretty good. It's usually about 1, maybe 2 at most sometimes, but 3 this year, once in one summer, is pretty amazing. So shout out to them. Shout out to all the guys who made the team. And now it's time for regular season prep. We're done with the preseason, done with training camp. It's preparing for the regular season. So that's going to start this week and next week. Ready to see Isaiah Likely, Jair Alexander back on the field. Hopefully they can stay healthy too. And that's it. That's all we're going to be. That's the focus. That's the focus. So I guess we can go ahead and start wrapping up. It's been a fun past couple days. I love these streams. I'm glad we were able to do it. I just subscribed. I like the MG. Appreciate it. We really do. We really do. So I think that's I had another thought, but I think it was probably nothing. We'll go ahead and wrap up. Next time you'll see us is probably the weekend or maybe a couple days after for our very first pregame live show. Or it might not be live. It might be recorded. We'll see. Whatever. It'll be on YouTube nonetheless. So turn your noties on and, yes, subscribe just like KBZ did if you enjoy. So that'll be up. It'll be our very first pregame show where we're talking about the first regular season game. I can't believe it's time. It's time. Sunday Night Football, kickoff, week 1. Can't wait. It's going to be the NBC crew, Mike Tirico, and Chris Collinsworth, the most Patrick Mahomes glazer I've ever seen. So why don't you glaze up some Lamar Jackson for us, if you don't mind, Mr. Collinsworth. But anyway, Dom, you have any final thoughts before we go on to wrap up?
Nah, man. I'm excited. We are just a couple less than 10 days, about 8 days away from kickoff.
9 days from the Thursday night kickoff. And then, so if you add Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so about 11.
Yeah, so we're not too far off. We're right here. I mean, we waited all summer to get our revenge, and hopefully we can do that this season. But I'm excited. Shout out to the guys who made it. To the guys who did not make it, hoping the best for you in your careers. Thank you for whatever you did to contribute to the roster over the summer. KBZ, shout out to you. Thank you for your subscription. We really appreciate it. Tell your family, tell your friends to subscribe, because we're gonna try to get this content to you guys as much as we can this season. But yeah, excited for it, man. Looking forward to pregame show next week before we face off against those Buffalo Wing Bills.
Buffalo Wing Bills. All right, well, this has been 2 straight nights of Dom and Gonz Sports Talk live streams, and finally coming to an end. Our 3rd stream in 5 days. We're really excited about that. And don't forget, I mentioned our pregame show. We'll have that for the Bills. We will be live streaming, live commentarying. I'm making up words out here. Week 1's matchup. Yes, you heard me right. We will be live on YouTube. We will be doing a live commentary of that game. So come chill with us. Hear our reactions. Hear us go crazy. And I think Dom's going to be here for this one. I don't know, because he ducked the last time.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm joking. So we'll both be here going crazy as fans, as commentators, whatever you want to do. We're going to be here, and we're really excited about that. All right, but thanks again for tuning in, guys. It's been awesome. The support you guys have been given since we've moved platforms is awesome. Okay, you can go follow us on Instagram too at Dom and Gonz Sports Talk. We are posting highlights and reels over there as well. So if you want to go catch some even more little snippets of things you might have missed, or you just want to go see some more of us, go give that page a follow as well. There definitely will be content up on there pretty consistently as well. I know Dom and I are going to work on that to keep both pages flowing with content, because that's exactly what we want to do, right? Consistency is our motto of 2025. And I think we're doing a good job to start out. It's going well. But anyway, I think that's all I got to say. If you want to contact us, we'll put our email in the description. We'll put like I said, our Instagram page. Please comment on us. Leave comments. Ask us questions about your favorite team. We'd love to talk about it on our next show. We like I said earlier, we're more than just a Ravens team. We can talk about other things as well, other teams going on around the NFL, not just us. And we'd love to, get connected with you guys if you would like to ask us questions. So feel free to do that. Okay. We're an open book. Leave anything you might want to. Okay. But I've talked a lot. It's time to get up on out of here. This is Gonz and Dom. We're signing off. Thanks again for tuning in, and go Ravens.